Hello and welcome, this is rooflemonger, and my friends, we now have a very good look at Master Roshi and everything he can do thanks to the Dragon Ball FighterZ show. So with that, what we're going to do is just break down everything we learned about the character ahead of his release, and I gotta say personally, Roshi is a very unique character. Maybe he can't move in some ways like other characters can with the super dash and all that, but when it comes to just being his own guy, oh my god, Roshi definitely has a lot to work with. So first, let's just go over the basics of the character, like the normals, all that. And first up, yes, he does have a low hitting down light, so gotta block it low. You guys love that stuff. Hey, you got it, low hitting down light. Stand light is fairly basic, but it is a 6 framer, so that's basically as fast as stand lights get, so that is pretty good. Here we see his down M, and while it's not going to win any awards, it is serviceable enough for what it is. It has a pretty decent reach, but yeah, it's pretty basic in the end. We have his stand M, this big backwards kick here, and the hitbox hits very high up for what it is, so it's actually really good for re-jump combos and all that kind of stuff. Good combo potential normal. This here is his down heavy, and he moves backwards on hit or whiff, which is pretty interesting, but yeah, it's pretty basic all in all. And far as basic normals go, this guy is his stand heavy, big old cane hit. Range is pretty serviceable for what it is. Maybe it's not like Nappa stand H or something, but it seems to be pretty alright. And right here is jump H. So if you saw the previous video, I was wondering if that was a command normal. I was wrong. So that's the actual jump H, and the elbow, which is down M in the air, by the way. I don't think they went over that in the video. That is the command normal in the air. So he does have aerial command normals, it just wasn't that one. Now, also another move I was a little mistaken on is this guy right here. This is 6H. Now, in the original trailer as it's shown, I thought this might have been like an unblockable or command grab. It turns out it is a cross-up, and the person was blocking correctly in the trailer and just let go of block right before it hit, which is what led to that confusion. But yeah, so this is a true cross-up, so he'll strike a pose, as you can see there, and then he'll just cross up on the other side. And one of the things they were bringing home, the point is, it's completely silent when he does it. So if you are like above the screen a bit, like you can't see below you, Roshi can switch sides on you pretty silently. So it's going to be very good for like gimmicks and all that kind of stuff. Like 6H into assist call is definitely going to be a thing. That is almost a given. We're going to see how strong it'll be in time. But yeah, so think of it like Cell or Frieza, right? They can just kind of teleport on you and hit you. So same deal for Master Roshi. He has a move in that style. So here they use it in a combo example, and also that staff hit you saw there is another command normal. That is 3H down forward and H. Speaking of command normals, we still got more of them. So this kick right here you saw from Roshi is backwards and M while you're in the air. So it's different than his regular jumping M in that it is specifically designed to hit people behind him and used in cross-up style potential. So yeah, if he's jumping straight, it just can't hit the enemy. It is only designed for cross-ups. So very tricky move for the arsenal. So Roshi definitely wants to do a lot of left-right stuff when it comes to mix-ups. Now here we have another fun concept, the Ki Blast. It is not a normal, toss a projectile style Ki Blast. It's a lot more similar to like Adult Gohan's in that he kind of sends a wave at you. Does not go full screen. However, on block, it basically jails into everything, be it a Kamehameha or a Vanish or whatever, so that's pretty cool. And you can't duck it, like say Adult Gohan has some issues with that, right? So yeah, so it's not a standard Ki Blast, but still it has its use. Also, once again, since it jails into a lot of stuff, you can easily special cancel into anything, and it'll work out pretty well for you. Now, let's move on to the next part. So we got an absolutely fantastic normal here in forward S. This is the upward shooting Ki Blast. So having it being upwards at all, great angle, that's awesome. And also it has two forms. If you hit S again, it'll return to you, kind of like a boomerang. So as far as like basic screen control works, man, this is an awesome move. Yeah, it's a Ki Blast, yeah, you can super dash through it, all that stuff, right? But still, just the initial angle and the fact that it returns, man, it's just a lot for screen lockdown. And in conjunction with various assists, man, Roshi can do a lot with it. Down and S is a little bit of a backwards trunk style flip, and actually has a little bit of properties to work with because one, it is invulnerable to Ki Blast, and also you can either cancel the landing into a heavy attack or a special move. So if you're getting blocked on whatever and you just kind of want to reset, this would be a good idea just to flip back, and then you can cancel into something else or have an assist cover you, that kind of stuff. So it can potentially lead to a lot of trickery. Now, of course, here is the showstopper move for Master Roshi. That's quarter circle back and S. This is his air unblockable attack, meaning if you are in the air, you cannot block this move, you just get got. Now that said, turns out it is modular as well. If you are to hold the button, normally has this kind of angle here. If you are to hold the button, he'll shoot it mostly straight up. So you can actually cover multiple parts of the air with this, not just the one angle as we've seen before. Considering this is a true unblockable move, it has very fast startup, and the game being what the game is, you're often going to be in the air. I feel this is the move that's going to be the single most defining characteristic of Master Roshi. We'll find out in time, I guess. But yeah, very cool stuff and a very, very strong move. And here is the upward angle one, just so you can see it. So you hold the button and you get a different angle. One thing that was mentioned is it's a physical attack. It is not a beam or anything like that, so it cannot clash. Either you win or you lose. There's no clashing at all. And it is classified as a grab as well, despite the animation. So if you are in the air, you are able to backdash it, because it is a grab. Backdashes are immune to throws of all shapes and sizes, either in the air or on the ground. So if you are somehow stuck and there's no choice but to eat the move, you can always backdash it to get away from it. Naturally, Master Roshi has a beam, the Kamehameha. He better, right? It's his move and everyone else stole it from him. So yeah, it's a pretty basic beam all in all. The beam width isn't crazy, and it is a single hitting beam like a base Goku's is. It's about standard as standard gets, but it's always better to have a beam than to not have one. Master Roshi also has an unblockable. This is 2-2-S. This is down S, if you will. So if you get hit by this move, you're put into a crumple state and he can do whatever combo he wants to you. You are dead to rights. It's a bit slower than some command grabs out there. It's 28 frames, like a standard quote-unquote slow command grab is 24 frames. But a 4-frame difference isn't the end of the world, considering he already has like built-in cross-ups and all that kind of stuff too, and built-in command normals to help with left-right mix. Just having an unblockable on top of this causes a free combo. Hey, that's awesome, right? So Master Roshi has a lot of ways to crack you open. As for other special moves, first up we have quarter circle forward, light, medium, and heavy. That's most move where he crosses up a little bit. And if he successfully connects, he will just basically detonate a ki blast on your head on the other side. Now, depending on which version of this move you do, you actually get a wall bounce, as you see right there. And of course, heavier button the better, right? And you are able to follow up with his wonky, dash afterwards, his Kamehameha beam aerial dash. So yeah, it leads to a lot of combo potential in the air as well. Next up, we have quarter circle back, light, medium, and heavy, and this is basically shades of Nappa, actually. So Roshi hulks out, as you can see here, and he hits you in his, superior form, as it were. And this move actually has a guard point on it, very similar to armor. Basically, attacks will bounce off you, just like Nappa with his too bad elbow crash move. And specifically, the EX version, the guard point, the armor, starts on the first possible frame, so it's effectively usable as a reversal. So very strong, has combo potential as well. And also, as you can see here, combo potential, wall bounce, and you can follow up. It was dropped, but whatever, you get the idea, right? So it's combo potential and also a strong defensive move. So that is just fantastic. Also, like Nappa, you are able to hold the button. So if you feel the need to delay in any way, shape, or form, it is an option available to you. And our final basic special move here is down, light, medium, and heavy, and this is this little Lindy Hop style kick. He is effectively airborne as far as low attacks are concerned, as he's immune to low attacks while he's doing it. So basically he hops over them. And considering it's light, medium, heavy, the better the button, the better the move is. And EX version also causes a straight up wall bounce. And at the end of longer combos, it would seem the light version can cause a sliding knockdown, which is pretty cool. EX also happens on frame 1 as far as the invincibility against low attacks is concerned. As far as supers go, we have the Mufuba. Now the Mufuba causes a snapback. It'll force a tag out for the enemy. The thing is though, we now know it is still the same modular timing as with Season 3 across the board. The enemy can choose to come in fast or slow or anytime they want. So if you're looking for 6 Season 2 setups, unfortunately you're not going to get it. But it still is interesting enough. At the very least, you can force, someone has a lot of blue health or whatever, and you just need to tag him in, and, you don't have a Dragon Rush ready or whatever to snap him out that way. It's always an option. So it's still a little bit of a toolbox scenario where it's just a good tool to use when it is appropriate. Our next level 1, which also has a level 2 follow-up, is this, where he hulks out and just cranks you with the staff. So that is the base level 1 version, and if you choose to hold it, he will instead just plant you down on the staff, and you can see here, so the original animation plays out the same way. And then, yeah, plant on the staff, and then he just cranks you with a downwards angled Kamehameha. Looks pretty cool, and of course, does more damage. And the level 3, well, hey, it's the max power Kamehameha, and Roshi just lets you have it. Not too much besides that. They stated the Oki, the post knockdown setups wasn't that great. I'll play around with that myself when he comes out. We'll see what options we can get. But yeah, so pretty basic level 3, but hey, looks really cool. I dig the animation. He looks jacked. He cranks you. That's all there needs to be, and it's pretty good in my opinion. Alright, so we all know by now Roshi does not have a traditional super dash. He can't move in the same way, right? And it also turns out when he super jumps, he can't float either, so there's no air control when he's up in the air. But what he can do is these hops, instead of a regular homing dash on the ground, specifically. In the air, it's something else. But on the ground, yeah, when you do your homing dash, you'll hop. It's projectile invincible. It goes for ki blast. Doesn't have to worry about that. And he also has multiple angles. So if you just hit it, it's one angle. If you hold down back, it's another angle. Basically, my understanding is he has 5 different possible angles he can do it from. And if he's in the air, instead of doing the hop, he will do an angled Kamehameha instead. Now, the beam in the air here also has multiple angles. Also, on top of multiple angles, you can just angle it backwards and shoot them with the actual beam itself. So if you need to use that as a projectile, you totally can. But yeah, so this is his aerial movement option. So on the ground, you do the hop. In the air, you do the ki blast, or rather the Kamehameha. And also, so while you can choose an initial angle, it has no tracking property. Unlike a super dash, it cannot home at all. So keep that in mind. It is just a regular straight shot. So once you pick your angle, that is all you're gonna get. It was also stressed it's faster than a regular super dash in the way that if you tag in or guard cancel in, Roshi will come in a little bit quicker than the average character. Now for his assists, his A assist is the standard Kamehameha, to be expected. They did stress the frame data is a little bit better on it than the average beam assist, which is pretty interesting, just a little bit more block stun than average. Although the beam itself is more narrow, so I guess you give up on that end of things, but still that's pretty interesting. Being a beam assist, that means it'll always be useful. There's no bad case for a beam assist, it'll always work out. And his B assist is the hulked out Roshi version. So it's a fairly short range move, but it does have very, very, very high block stun, 46 frames. So it's among the highest in the game. It's still, Kid Buu A assist is still the best overall for block stun, but this is very good. And if you're looking just to lock people down, this assist will do very well by you. And finally, his C assist, pretty standard C assist as it is. Does it hits, teleports, and knocks you down, right? I don't think it's as impressive as the other two, but still, if you like to see assists, hey, there it is. And that's our big look at Roshi. So Roshi will be out on the 16th for Season Pass holders and the 18th if you don't have the Season Pass. And I gotta say, very interested in his potential. Of course, on this channel, expect combos, expect the full character guide, all that stuff when he comes out. And until then, hey, I'm looking forward to him, and this is the basics of what he has. So that's it for this video, my friends. So thank you very much for watching. Hope this video has found you well. Go and play some Dragon Ball.